Back with another unboxing. Today we have an SBG long sleeve. If you guys are not aware of SBG, this is Sad Boys gear, obviously from the Sad Boys Collective, which is, I think, Sweden based. If not, they are kind of headed by Young Lean, which is of course a Swedish rapper based out of Stockholm, Sweden, which I think this is also based in Stockholm, Sweden. It at least shipped from Sweden to the US, which I will say the shipping on this was crazy fast. You know, I get orders from all over the US and they'll take like a week to get here. This literally shipped out like 2 days ago and then just got here, so very quick. As far as waiting for it, I ordered it like a month ago almost. I think a little bit less than a month ago. Around Black Friday, they started teasing a bunch of, well, I guess this is like a really interesting collection that they dropped just because they started teasing a bunch of new colorways for old designs that they have done. So they did a bunch of like rehashes, and this one is a rehash of my favorite piece that they've done, which is a striped long sleeve. That being said, the original I think was like navy and pink, and I definitely was a bigger fan of that colorway, but I didn't want to pass it up just because I like the piece so much. It's got some really interesting kind of like straps going on the sleeves, which you guys will see, so I thought that was pretty cool. But other than that, I don't think I have a whole lot to say. SBG doesn't do drops very commonly. I can't really remember the last time they did stuff. Probably several months at least though. They had some like all over print stuff, and I think that was the last stuff that they released, other than this kind of rehash in the old pieces, which I think is a cool way to do, you know, instead of just releasing brand new or like the exact same stuff, they do at least new colorways, which I think is a cool take on it. But with that being said, we will get it open, and I think I said what colorway it is. It's just like green and black, kind of like a neon green, which I've never really been, you know, like I said, I prefer the other colorway a little bit more, but still hyped for this. Finally get some Sad Boys stuff. I was kind of sad that, or disappointed that I passed up and missed on the old ones, but here it is. So this is my first order from Sad Boys. They got like a custom bag on it, the big Sad Boys like spell out in a similar green as the garment itself. If you guys watch a lot of the unboxings, you know I've been going with extra larges, but this definitely has an oversized fit. Definitely looking at other people wearing it, it is like very elongated. Looks like the torso might be more true to size, and then the sleeves themselves are pretty long. So I just decided to go for a large. As far as the material goes, I don't know, it's hard to compare it to, but I have a lot of Palace stuff, kind of like Palace sweatshirts. And I'll do close-ups of the material so you can see what I'm talking about. But it definitely looks a lot like this one Palace sweatshirt that I have, where it's almost like a thick material, almost like a honeycomb almost. And with that out of the way, we'll actually crack this open, get to the garment itself. Got this nice, I don't know if I'd even say like neon green, but the back is the part that I really like. I think is cool. You get the Sad Boys kind of like smiley face with SBG over it, and then a little crown, says Sad Boys on the top, and then the back is the part that I really like. You get this big love spell out, and they do this on a lot of their other stuff. If you guys are wondering, it's just screen printed on, same with the front. And then the sleeves are also really interesting because you get this kind of like utilitarian vibe from it, I guess, with these straps, and then they got these rings on the bottom as well. So really interesting design. Not really any functional use for it, but a cool kind of addition to the piece, I suppose. Anyway, now I'll go try it on and let you guys know how it fits. I will say it is looking a little bit smaller than I had anticipated, so hopefully it fits all good. Alright, so I like how it looks. Even the colorway, like I said, this isn't really my color, but I still like it. I enjoy it. I think it looks cool. But as far as the fit goes, I think, you know, I would have been fine going up with the XL. Like I said, once again, this is just the large. The sleeves, honestly, they fit like perfect. I think they are a little bit elongated, like I also previously mentioned. A feature that I didn't mention before is that it does have the thumb holes, which is kind of like a dead style, I suppose. You don't really see this anymore. And I think these did originally come out maybe like 3 years ago, I think, is when they had the first like long sleeve of this style. So maybe they were around a little bit more, but I feel like they're still kind of dead then. But I feel like this, you know, helps you gauge the sizing on it, because, you know, you can tell it's pulling a little bit tight here. So I feel like an XL probably would have been a little bit more appropriate, but since it does have the elongated fit, it does still fit fine. And then as far as the torso goes, I can stand up so you guys can see, like, it's still fine fit, but I feel like something like this should be like really baggy, just because it's kind of like, you know, sad boys emo should be cozy. So I feel like the XL probably would have been the way to go, but I guess I was expecting a little bit more of an elongated fit. So I would definitely say, you know, true to size is safe. This is, you know, large. I usually border a large or an XL. For reference, I'm like 6'2", 6'3", so you guys can use that as an idea. And then another thing I'll bring up, just from my like 30 seconds of looking at myself in the mirror wearing it, something I did notice is from this strap where it meets the shoulder up here, just because they have it kind of like, you know, it meets in the middle and kind of like creates an edge almost, like you can see it popping out a little bit. I'm not sure if it shows up as much in the other one, but it kind of like creates these kind of like outward shoulders where they come to a point rather than just kind of like fold nicely. I'm sure, you know, as time goes on and these like the shirt gets like broken in, it might get a little bit more malleable and lay a little bit nicer, but that's just something I noticed right off the bat. I guess the last detail I'll point out is kind of this like contrast stitching you have on the cuffs and then also on the bottom. I'm not sure how far down you guys can see. I feel like you should be able to see here. And then also on the neck too, you get some contrast stitching, but done in a different style. Like here, it really reminds me of some like Nightmare Before Christmas stuff where it just really stands out. Looks like some stitching like that, you know, it's just from here on the inside where they stitch it. So kind of cool detail, I thought. That's all I've got for you guys though. Overall, definitely happy with the purchase. I feel like it could be a little bit longer for me to, you know, be my most comfortable self in it, but I definitely don't mind supporting Young Lean in them, you know, for my first Sad Boys piece. So a good pickup, and you know, like I have been saying throughout the video, this is, you know, the original colorway of it is something that I wanted for a long time. I watched on Grailed for a couple of them, and I don't think there are any of them now, but before they were pretty expensive. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.